Statistical data can at times be a little bit confusing, especially when those bar charts, pie charts, linear graphs, histograms, you name it, are used to present political data in Kenya, right? A perfect case in study is a recent research report by the Trends and Insight for Africa TIFA that captured all the statistical data on preferred candidates for the upcoming general elections in various counties, but only managed to grab the national attention for a day. Perhaps the only mistake was using too much numbers, and most of us don't like numbers in the first place. But well, here I am to demystify the numbers for you and make sense out of it. Welcome to the show. My name is Eunice Mwai. My focus today is Mombasa politics in relation to the recent TIFA report. Now, did you know that with less than 100 days left to the August 8th general election, 57% of Mombasa residents still have no idea of who they prefer as their senator? Well, let me break this down for you. Despite the senatorial seat having attracted 7 aspirants, the most popular among these 7 aspirants would only receive 13% of the popular vote if elections were to be held today. And do you know who this most popular aspirant is? It is the incumbent Hassan Omar Sirai, who is actually yet to decide whether he wants to go for the gubernatorial or the senatorial seat. Perhaps that explains the limbo. But if the research by Trends and Insight for Africa is anything to go by, someone should tell Hassan Omar to stick to the senatorial seat, because his ratings for the gubernatorial are not even anywhere close to impressive. Only 7% of Mombasa voters would elect him governor if elections were to be held today. In fact, even the Jubilee-fronted Suleiman Shebal would double Hassan's votes to stand at 15%. Shocking, right? Given that Hassan has been one of the most vocal coastal leaders, a learned fellow, an activist, and a critical thinker who has even on numerous occasions criticized Mombasa Governor Ali Hassan Joho over his performance as a governor. Well, speaking of Joho, despite the uncertainty among coastal voters on who they would prefer as their senator, one thing is for sure: incumbent Ali Hassan Joho is not among those whose political fates are uncertain. His approval ratings, both as governor and as the preferred voice of the coast region, are skyrocketing more than ever before. If elections were to be held today, 68% of Mombasa voters would re-elect him governor, nothing close to the second preferred candidate, Suleiman Shebal of the Jubilee Party, who would only receive 15% of the votes if elections were to be held today. A massive gap right there. It also seems that the witch hunt orchestrated against him by the Jubilee government recently has only made his approval ratings even better. As a matter of fact, according to this survey report, 71% of Mombasa residents from across the political divide are against the recent move by the Jubilee administration to have blocked the governor from attending the opening of the Mtongwe ferry. Should Joho start counting his chicken yet? By the way, did you know that the 2013 general election saw all 30 MCA seats in Mombasa County go to the ODM party? Well, I thought you should know. In the women's category, Mishimboko's outspoken nature, especially against the Jubilee government, seems to have gotten her nearly half of the votes in Mombasa. 44% of voters in Mombasa County would re-elect her as the women representative if elections were to be held today. It's, however, again surprising that 36% of voters are yet to make up their minds on who they prefer as their candidate, despite there being 7 candidates to choose from. Which brings me to the question, how comes a huge number of Kenyans are yet to decide on who to vote for with barely 3 months left to the election? Is there a reason to worry yet? Join me next week as we explore Central Kenya politics.